Ooh, spooky. Today I'm going to tell you a spooky story. It's about this time I was in New York City. Super spooky. That's why I got the spooky light. Are you ready for this? This is the story. I nearly blew right by in my hurry to the subway when I heard someone say, "Isn't autumn lovely?" As I stopped to observe this was correct to the proprietor, I couldn't help but inspect the folding table by the railing laden with the goods. Ashtrays made of metal, little angels made of wood, hand mirror with the handle broken, still pretty nice. Wall wart to charge a telephone, trays to make ice. The advice of my neighbor, go ahead and take your time. We'll negotiate price on whatever you find. And in the shining in the detress, I saw the brightest flash of something precious, and I began to feel the slightest little tingle in my innards. I was like, what's that? And a breath to chuckle. It's a buckle for a strap like a lady wears to core church, and the hell's a special property. I'll tell you how it works. It was a stoop cell, which is a garage cell if you live in Brooklyn, which I do. And a stoop cell, which is like a yard cell, except that it's in Brooklyn, I got my due. It was a stoop cell, which is like a garage cell, but it's in Brooklyn. Yeah. And it's a stoop cell, which is like a yard cell, but it's in the Brooklyn, I got my due. Somehow I knew she was serious. I reached to pick it up, but she stayed my hand. Her reprimand, it was abrupt. Hey, this little trinket, she says, grants wishes. It can make anything you ever eat delicious. It can take away concern. You can sleep at night. It can make the love of your life, and you reunite. Can right wrongs done in your past or in your future. Make a winner out of whoever owns it roots for. But it ever doesn't one thing, and as you take possession of it, that's the wish to which you cling. So choose very carefully before we make a deal. If there's anything impossible you want to make real, if there's anything improbable you like to assure, well, it'll happen. And that's when you have to endure the regret that accompanies said decision making. All the other wishes in the world that you've forsaken. At the stoop cell, which is a garage cell if you live in Brooklyn, which I do. At the stoop cell, which is like a yard cell, except that it's in Brooklyn, I got my due. It was a stoop cell, which is a garage cell if you live in Brooklyn, which I do. At the stoop cell, which is like a yard cell, except that it's in Brooklyn, I got my due. Now, could it be true, I wondered, as I stared at the class with some skills on the microphone be too much to ask? That a couple dark notions that involved revenge, fame, glory, money, people love me, it never ends. Shook my head like these were so much sleep, and I thought instead I pretended I was so much deep as to offer every human in the world true peace, that we never kill each other, never get cooties, never go hungry, suffer shelterlessness. This generosity I felt compelled to dismiss, but I agreed to see an old friend back living. But if I go the wrong direction, could I ever be forgiven? While I stood daydreaming, somebody got a hold of this little brass buckle, and he must have been so bold as to put it in his pocket without it getting bought. I saw him do it. He was wishing he wouldn't get caught. At the stoop cell, which is like a garage cell if you live in Brooklyn, which I do. At the stoop cell, which is like a yard cell, except that it's in Brooklyn, I got my due. It was a stoop cell, which is a garage cell if you live in Brooklyn, which I do. At the stoop cell, which is like a yard cell, except that it's in Brooklyn, I got my due. Yay!